p.m. on 10 of January at HSC LT1 starting from 9 a.m. And also don't forget to follow their Instagram in knowing more about when is going to keep updated when any info that they're going to be sharing soon. And also don't forget to follow on our social media at IIUFM through Instagram, TikTok, and X. With that, everyone, I think that covers a lot, quite, from Sister Nabila and Brother Amin. Thank you once again. And you're listening to IIMFM, your campus radio. So bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
See you on the 10th.
Yes.
Assalamualaikum and welcome back to Way Out Ideas. As we wrap up Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam's story for tonight, we arrive at a turning point, his release from the prison. Yusuf's ability to interpret dreams caught the attention of the Egyptian king, who was troubled by a strange dream no one could explain. Through Allah's guidance, Yusuf interpreted the dream, predicting 7 years of abundant harvest followed by 7 years of famine. Not only did this save Egypt from disaster, but it also led the king to recognize Yusuf's wisdom and integrity. He was not only freed but also elevated to a position of a great authority managing Egypt's resources during the famine. Yusuf's journey from the well to a prison cell and finally to a position of power shows us the beauty of Allah's plan. Patience, faith, and integrity can transform even the hardest trials into unimaginable blessings. Alright, listeners, unfortunately, we have come to an end for tonight's segment. Thank you for joining me for tonight. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow as we explore another inspiring story. Take care and stay safe, everyone. Keep listening to IIMFM, your campus radio.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurhana binti Nur Azlan and I am Bahim student. Don't forget to listen #Dan Dakwah every Wednesday only on IIUM FM, your campus radio.
Alkisah sebuah gunung bernama Uhud, didaki Rasul dan 3 pengikut, bergegar Uhud lantaran rindu, ditenteram Rasul menenangkan rindu. Alkisah di perkebunan berintis hutan, dibebani kerja sedikit makanan, dikucuk kaki Rasul yang mulia, dibelai Rasul keluhan pun tak didengar. Hebatnya manifestasi cinta, tiada pun batu dan perburuan yang dilalui baginda tanpa salah, kerana dia sebaik ciptaan. Dia
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and Assalamualaikum. So my name is Muhammad Syaril. Welcome back to IIUMFM Your Campus Radio. I think it's been a while for me not being aired on IIUMFM. It's a good thing to see all of you here to share with you guys a new topic, a new insight. Like new year, new me, new program. Alhamdulillah. So today, I'm not alone. I'm with one of the prominent guest, which we will discuss about a topic that is, I think, more significant to students, which is the topic is self-care is not cringe, navigating stress like a boss. So it's a good topic. I think this is most related to students, especially during right now, which is hectic week. This is the week of 12. We have another 14 weeks. So a lot of submissions, a lot of assignments, a lot of presentation we have to do in order to complete our semester. So I think stress and student is inseparable. So by that, this topic I think will help a lot of students, our listener in IIUM-FM. So basically, my guest is known people, is on all social media. And I think most of will know that brother called as Aiman Psychology. So basically, a brief introductions about our guest. He has a bachelor in psychology, graduate from University of Nottingham, United Kingdom, and also just finished his master at IIUM. So basically, one of alumni. So majoring master in human science in psychology, clinical and counseling. So basically, if you know on all the social media, is about approximately 350,000 followers. So actively educate people, advocate people about the psychology itself. So without further ado, let's join me. Welcome our brother Aiman. How are you, brother Aiman?
Alhamdulillah, sihat.
Alhamdulillah. So it's good to see you here, Alhamdulillah. So I think we can share a lot of things, a new insight for students, I think, about the stress itself. So without further ado, you want to dive more on the topic itself. So there's our topic mainly self-care is not cringe. So before we dive into the topic, we want to know the definition itself. So in your opinion, what does it mean with self-care?
Okay, the definition itself is depending on the title itself, which is self-care.
Yes.
The ability to show care, being caring toward your own self.
Yes.
However, it's not as simply as caring yourself. Because when we talk about self-care,
Yes.
People usually just like you, Syaril. When
Yes.
I say self-care, what comes to your mind usually?
I think we care about ourselves in terms of physical and well-being.
Okay, physical and well-being.
Yes.
And when it comes to self-care, people sometimes we are too depending on routine or activity or any action that we do in our
Yes.
grand scale.
Mm.
For example, people, nowadays people have the term go for healing.
Yes, healing.
There, healing here, right?
Healing until hilang.
Healing until hilang.
Yes.
So that to the point that you are running away from the responsibility.
Yes, that's
Instead
right.
of you are being cared to yourself, but at the expense of others needed.
All right.
Others behavior as well, right?
Yes.
So what happens? Self-care is not selfish.
It's not selfish, all right?
It's not supposed to be selfish.
All right.
It is an action or an activity or routine or even a state of mind itself that you do for yourself for the sake of your well-being.
All right.
So when we talk about well-being, it can be on your, just like you said, physical well-being.
Yes.
It can be mental well-being,
All right.
emotional well-being,
All right.
social well-being, spiritual well-being. Today Friday, right?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
And one more is what we call professional or career well-being.
Oh, career well-being. All right. So there is a divisions of the well-being itself.
Yes.
All right. So basically, just like you say before, that we are care to ourselves, but we not extend to the extent what we be selfish and ignore others
Yes.
and our responsibility.
Yes, exactly.
So by that, we want to know because self-care, I think it's immediate emergence during the Gen Z or millennials era. So maybe you can share with us what is the basic that they have to know about self-care and why it is not cringe.
Okay. If I agree that the term might be just coined lately by
Yes.
the Gen Z or even the late Gen Y, right?
Yes.
The term self-care is so foreign and so unidentified, alienate to the other people before this generation.
Yes.
However, the concept itself actually is not something foreign.
Alright.
I give you an example. Imagine that pakcik-pakcik in the mosque, after they're spending their solat together, what did they do?
They go to stall
Kan?
and have some coffee. Yes.
Warung kopi.
Yes.
Lepak mama.
Yes.
So these are all part of a self-care activity that you do.
Okay.
Especially when you are spending time with your loved one or spending time with your friends or close friend, talking about apa, even watching football kan.
Yes.
Even I know MU is not so good kan. So watching all that thing, that is part of social self-care.
Alright.
Where you're socially with others for the sake of your care to make you feel satisfied in terms of socially speaking. So it is not something. Okay, I agree that it might be sounds cringy or maybe something like, oh, this generation is so me generation.
Yes,
kan?
yes,
It's
yes.
always about me,
Yes.
me kan. It's actually something that previous generation also do.
But they not
the-
address it.
Yeah, but the definition, the term might be different from us.
Alright.
And us too, I can consider myself juga lah kan.
It's okay.
So it's different from us, but they still do the same thing.
Ah.
Even like apa during now this is school holiday, right?
Yes.
For the parents who might be listening to this, they have a child who are in the currently school holiday. Even you have brother, your sister in the school holiday, right?
Yes.
So when during school holiday, one of the thing that parents usually do is they send the kids to the hometown
Yes,
to
yes.
spend time with the grandfather, grandmother.
Yes, playing around with
Yeah,
cousins.
with cousin.
Yes.
Because the father, mother still need to work.
Yes.
They have school holiday, right?
Yes.
So in the same time, it's actually a self-care for the parents to
Oh.
prevent them from having a parental burnout. Taking
Alright.
care of the kids every day is so exhausting and emotionally exhausting. It can take care. It can apa? It can burn out your showing a symptom of burnout to the point that you might feel like emotionally distanced to the others.
Oh.
You might feel like apa easily irritated.
Alright.
So part of the self-care that parents do, other than apa not spending money on babysitter but send to the hometown instead, it's also part of the self-care.
Alright.
So when we have this kind of perspective, it will not sound so cringe
Okay.
because the term is not used by the previous generation,
Yes.
but they still do the routine.
Alright.
It's just that they don't say, okay, this is parents self-care.
Alright.
We
So
want to spend time together. Kids kena balik kampung. But it's
yes.
actually what we do, or even previous generation did. It's just the term itself
Alright.
might be new to us, current generation, but the routine itself has been prolonged since a long time ago.
Alright. So I think the idea is that self-care is what we usually do. But nowadays, people tend to make it into a concept, which is the previous generation does not do it. Alright. So that is the idea of the self-care and why it is not cringe. So basically, maybe for some people, things it cringe when they term it itself. So when they want to do something, they call it as this is my self-care. I want to self-care. Oh, so that is the idea.
Yes. So when we start to label
Certain
something that
things.
usually okay, when we have something that we haven't been doing for a long time,
Yes.
but we don't have a label or a name for it,
Yes.
it just tends to be done automatically or autopilot.
Yes.
Okay, I just do it.
Yes.
But when we start to label itself as okay, this is a self-care.
Yes.
This is a apa something lah. This is a toxic.
Yes,
this is a
yes,
narcissistic,
yes.
behavior. Right?
Yes.
When we start to label itself, we tend to limit the term based on our understanding. Because if I were to explain self-care and your explanation self-care might be different.
Yes.
Maybe in my interpretation, self-care is like this. In your own perspective or your own experience, maybe your self-care is like this. So it start to have two kind of different definition.
Alright.
But without having the label, it's actually part of self-care.
All right.
Our
Yes.
definition might not be so different. Even maybe the wording different, perspective different.
Yes, but the action itself.
Yeah, the action itself might be the same.
All
It's just that
right.
when we have a label, we start to limit the concept or the practical application limited to our understanding.
Yes. All right. So they said about the self care. So in our topic also, we want to know how to navigate the stress like a boss. So we want to know what is the stress and why does it happen.
I like the word you use as navigate.
Yes.
Because stress itself is not something bad, but
Alright.
at the same time it's not something good. It's
Alright.
just a reaction of your body to something stressful. So stress can be good when it's under control and it's become our pushing factor, motivation to do better, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
as a student, you understand if you don't have any exam, you don't
Yes.
have any, you will not come to the class.
Yes, we don't have the pressure to
Yeah.
do something better.
And then
Yes.
after you work, after you finish study, then you go to work, you start to be blank because there's no pushing factor.
Yes.
So this kind of stress is needed. However, when it's come too much, this is the problem. So how do we navigate, or how do we like surfing the wave instead of stopping the waves that are currently coming towards us?
Yes.
So one other thing is, I will not go limited on the routine that you can do because
Alright.
everyone has their own self-care activity.
All right.
Even myself, me as a parent, and sometimes taking a shower alone
All right.
can be a part of my self-care.
All right. As simple as that.
As simple as that, because
Oh.
that is the thing that I rarely can have.
All right.
But for you student, I assume you're still not married.
No,
Okay,
I'm not.
You're still student here. And
Yes.
you are, of course, your shower alone every day, right?
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
So because of that, that part of routine can
Alright.
be considered as something normal for you.
Yes, it's just a simple
Yeah,
routine.
it's just a routine. That okay,
Yes.
I just take a shower, then go
to
wear my
class.
clothes, get to class,
Yes.
kan? So that is can be. It's not really a self care for you because that is something that you usually do,
All right.
something that you already make every day.
Yes.
So that is no longer feel precious to you.
All right. Yes.
So self care needs to be something that you can still do every day,
All right.
but it is something that make you feel
Good. Oh,
feel
soothing.
good.
All right.
It's not a part or routine that you might consider as running away from the problem.
All right.
Just as you mentioned, like healing sampai hilang.
Yes.
Kan, you try to self-care yourself, but at the expense of others.
Yes.
Kan, ghosting, not
Mm-mm.
mentioning to your boss, not
Yes.
coming to the class or coming to the work without any reason, kan? At the expense of others, so others become burdened because of your self-care routine.
Yes.
So for the person who are listening to that, I just do quote,
Yes.
quote unquote,
Quote unquote.
self-care routine.
Yes.
That is not self-care, that is selfish.
All
So how
right.
do we navigate the stress is always learn how to take this small step or small acts that you can do every day, but because of this small step you do every day, it becoming something huge.
All right.
There's no need to be limited. Self-care must be go to the beach,
All right.
play with the wave,
The precious
must
things,
go to
the luxury things,
luxury, must be hiking to the apa.
manicure, pedicure.
It is part of self-care. I don't deny that. But don't be limited by something that need your money, your
Alright.
time. Even as simple as while walking to the class,
Yes, listening to our favorite music.
no.
Alright.
Not listening to new music. Just be in the moment.
Oh, all right.
Have like a rest to your ears
All right.
without listening anything. Just walk without playing your phone,
All right.
without being distracted by the digital gadget.
Alright.
Just walk.
Be in the moment.
Be in the moment.
Alright.
While walking, saw the trees, take
Bird
fresh air,
chirpings.
still walking under the sun. So all this
Alright.
also part as a break from
Mm.
something that usually havoc that you experience every day, kan?
Yes.
You know, the laptop, you need to do the work. So sometimes taking a break from the world, just be with yourself and with God, of course, can be part of self-care as well.
All right. So that's it about the self-care and also about the stress. So basically, we want to play some games. After we have a good discussions about the definition itself, about self-care, stress, and how to overcome it over times, and little examples about the self-care and also about the stress. So we want to play a games about true and false based on the statements and discussion just now. We want to know few things that might be I think most of students and people nowadays have this kind of statement on their mind. So you want to ask the experts their opinions about this. The first one, you have to state is it true or false and give some elaborations. So the first one, stress is always bad for you.
False.
False. Because sometimes it can be a push factor, right?
Yes, as long as it is under our control, we call it as a eustress.
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 Alright.
Not eustress, I stress. Eustress is EU stress.
Oh, EU stress.
EU and STRESS.
Alright.
It's a good stress.
Alright.
Stress that becoming your pushing factor to do good, to do better. But when it comes de-stress, DISTRESS, that is the stress that we want to avoid.
Alright.
You can still have it, but not for too long.
Alright. It actually can harm us.
Yes.
Alright, that is the first one. Second one, ignoring stress can make it go away over time.
Yes, true and false actually.
True and false. Because?
Because stress is an emotional response.
Alright.
So when we suppress the emotion,
Yes.
you will not feel the pain.
Alright.
But in the long term, it will harm you again.
Okay. It will
Because
come back.
You need to process all the emotion and all the thoughts process came from the stress. So ignoring it is actually one way of dealing with it.
And when you try to take a break, go to sleep, and without thinking anything, distract yourself by watching movies, yes, you will not feel stress. But the moment in the next time when you feel another stress, it will become worse than before because you did not process the previous stress.
Alright. So we have to navigate it like a boss.
Yes, navigate it.
Alright, that is the second one. The third one, exercise can help reduce stress.
True.
True. Alright. So we have to have exercise at least
Yes,
two or twice or 3 times a week.
And then don't limit the exercise by doing something that we usually do, like jogging, do a routine where you have to go to the gym. It's also as simple as can be taking the stairs instead of taking the elevators when in the mall.
Alright.
It can be as simple as parking a bit far from the place that you want to go, so you need to walk.
Alright.
Because when you are doing this physical activity, your body will produce serotonin hormone, dopamine, which the effect can be calming and can be something that can contradict to the hormone came from the stress, which is cortisol. So cortisol increase when you are in stress. So the ways to reduce the cortisol is by adding more like dopamine, serotonin.
Alright.
If you're married, you can have oxytocin as well.
Alright.
So there are 4 hormones. I forgot another one: oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, and I forgot the four horsemen of hormone.
Alright.
Nanti ingat tu boleh.
Alright. The other one, procrastination is a sign of stress. Yes.
Depends.
Sometimes
It's
it's
hard.
habit, right?
It's hard to say because in a way, yes, people who are stressed, when
Tend
you
to
are stressed, you
procrastinate.
tend to have this kind of mental state. You ever heard the term fight or flight?
No.
Fight or flight is a state of mind when
Yes.
you are experiencing something threatening to you.
Alright.
For example, when you see a dog,
Okay.
like a wild dog, not the Chihuahua macam-macam tu.
Alright.
But this is like German
Dog.
German Shepherd, wild
Alright.
dog, right?
Alright.
In front of you, want to bite you, so your mind will go into fight or flight. Rather you want to fight, take some stone or ready to throw away,
Alright.
or
Or
any
you
sticks,
flight.
or you fly, you run away from it, and the dog will follow you until the end. Kan? But there's another state which what we call as fight or flight or freeze.
Freeze.
Freeze is a state when you not literally freeze, sorry. You are on the freeze mode. You're unable to think, you're unable to process, you're unable to do anything, you just freeze. So when we interpret the situation into the procrastination,
Yes.
procrastination itself can also be a state of freeze.
Okay.
Because you have a lot thing to do. You have like this assignment, you have this examination to study, you have quiz, then tomorrow you have this, then after that you have to do a lot of things.
Yes.
So when it become too overwhelming, you start to experience this kind of freeze moment. Okay, what to do?
Alright.
So you tend to I'm gonna do with something less stressful, like watching movies and.
So you don't do the assignment.
So actually you procrastinate.
Alright.
So that's the scientific explanation.
Okay, alright. Alright, the last statement. Drinking caffeine helps reduce stress. Coffee.
In a appropriate amount, yes. It can reduce the amount of stress. For example, caffeine can be calming if taken on the appropriate portion.
Alright.
But when it comes too much, it can produce an anxiety-like symptom.
Alright.
Like hand shivering,
Yes.
heart palpitation, race of thought. So this kind of thing will make your stress becoming worse.
Oh, so basically they have to take it in a moderate.
Moderate amount.
Alright.
If you don't take it all, it's also better.
Okay.
Because calming effect from the tea can be better rather than coffee.
Okay.
Because for coffee, people might be like, for example, if you like a coffee drinker, right?
Yes.
So that can be a part of your self-care. For
Okay,
dealing
yes.
for the stress.
Yes.
So when it's taken in full amount or excessive amount, it become worse for you.
Yes.
But for people who don't drink coffee, suddenly you hear this podcast and you say, drink coffee can reduce stress, so I'm gonna drink coffee.
No.
So it's not gonna be good for you.
Alright.
Because it's something new for you.
So it depends on the people.
Depends on the
itself.
people.
Alright, so that's it for the first round. We have know about the definitions about self-care, about stress, and how those self-care can actually navigate our stress. So we have discussed few statements that we got from people, from my friends, from students. So we want to discuss a little bit more. But before that, let us take a break in IIUM-FM, your campus radio.
This week has been insane. Meetings, assignments, and no time for a proper meal. I just want something sweet to cheer me up.
Sweet, you say? Sarah, you have to try Kim Pancakes.
Pancakes? What's so great about them?
Oh, they are the fluffiest pancakes you will ever taste. Soft, light, and packed with amazing flavors like white chocolate, matcha, strawberry milk, and so on. Plus, they are super affordable.
Really? Where can I get them, Zaril?
Just come to Mahala Mariam, trust me. With their reasonable price and heavenly taste, they will brighten your day instantly. Kim Pancake, sweet moments made sweeter.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إنا نجعلك في نهور أعدائنا ونعوذ بك من شرورهم اللهم بدل شملهم وفرق جمعهم وشتت كلمتهم وزلزل أقدامهم وسلط عليهم كلبا من كلابك يا قهار يا جبار يا منتقم يا الله يا الله يا الله اللهم يا منزل الكتاب ويا مجري السحاب ويا هازم الأحزاب اهزمهم وانصرنا عليهم اهزمهم وانصرنا عليهم اهزمهم وانصرنا عليهم وصلى الله على سيدنا النبي أمه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Tersesat jalan di lembah onang berduri, terkurung dalam sangkar dosa dan noda yang menjijikan. Liku yang berdarah ini dihambat resah sendirian. Di manakah cintanya dulu yang setia pada penciptanya yang pernah kau damba? Harus bagaimana terjadinya nanti? Adakah bahagia atau kau terus terhina? Hancur binasa, jiwa melara, hati tersiksa bila cinta pada dunia yang bergelora. Apa akhirnya nanti? Hati gelap binasa, jiwa merana dan terus terleka. Kembalilah pada Tuhanmu yang menciptakan Dia kasih.
This week has been insane. Meetings, assignments, and no time for a proper meal. I just want something sweet to cheer me up.
Sweet you say? Sarah, you have to try Kim Pancakes pancakes.
Pancakes? What's so great about them?
Oh, they are the fluffiest pancakes you will ever taste. Soft, light, and packed with amazing flavors like white chocolate, matcha, strawberry milk, and so on. Plus, they are super affordable.
Really? Where can I get them, Saril?
Just come to Mahala Mariam, trust me. With their reasonable price and heavenly taste, they will brighten your day instantly. Kim Pancake, sweet moments made sweeter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ana Hussein Samuh. Antum tastami'una al-ana ila IIUM FM, your campus radio.
Weh Fan, kau buat apa ni? Buat apa lagi? Rakamlah. Aku tengah buat live ni kot. Kau ni. Weh, kau biar betul. Kau tahu tak, merakam tanpa kebenaran dalam panggung adalah satu kesalahan. Alah, relax lah, Min. Bukan boleh jadi baik. Fan, baik kau hentikan sekarang sebelum aku laporkan pada pihak panggung. Wait. Janganlah. Okey, aku stop sekarang.
Bapa yang bersalah dalam soal ini.
Perbuatan merakam secara langsung atau tanpa kebenaran dalam panggung wayang adalah satu kesalahan dan boleh merugikan karya tempatan. Ini sekaligus akan membunuh industri perfilman Malaysia dan mencacatkan perkembangan hasil daripada penggiat karya seni kita. Sokonglah karya tempatan dan hentikan perbuatan merakam secara haram. Pesanan khidmat masyarakat ini dibawakan oleh IIUM.FM. Dengarkan slot Jom Sembang setiap Khamis pukul 8 hingga 10 malam hanya di IIUM.FM, radio kampus anda.
Segala kemauan sadri Bapak tunaikan. Segala hajat sadri Bapak sempurnakan. Sehingga sadri pandai bercakap bohong sama Bapak. Sehingga sadri menipu Bapak. Menipu untuk kepentingan diri. Tetapi Bapak hanya anakku Sadli. Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to IIUM.FM, your campus radio. And right now, you are listening to me, DJ Saril, your favorite DJ, inshallah. So, we are on the same topic today, which is self-care is not cringe, navigating stress like a boss. So, basically, we have here a prominent speaker, which is Aiman Psychology. We can see him on social media, X, TikTok, and also YouTube as an ML speaker. Right, ML Studio speaker, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe you can share your recent programs.
Currently I'm doing I'm focusing more on the childhood trauma issue.
All right.
But for the adult, so what we do is we have like this kind of a monthly class for the adult who have experience with childhood trauma.
Okay.
We as an Asian, we experience growing up with why don't you have 9 A's like your brother?
Yes. Why number 2 not number 1?
Why number 2 number 1? What's the rest of the struggle? Kan?
Yes.
And sometimes when it comes to something normal, it's okay.
Yes.
But when it's to the point where it becomes traumatic for you, it start to affect your way of behaving as an adult.
Alright.
So that's my focus right now. I'm helping those adults who experience this kind of thing when they are a child, but now they are adult. They want to learn how to deal with the emotion, with the
trauma.
thought, the trauma.
Okay. So basically, I also want to know how to get those kind of help.
You just go to kesehatanmental.com.
kesehatanmental.com. So if our listener have those kind of problems, want to have a therapy, so they can go to kesehatanmental.com. Alright. So back to our topic. Self-care is not cringe, never getting stressed like a boss. So before this, we have discovered about the definition itself. So right now, we want to move to the practical part. So how, maybe you can share some of the movements or some activity that we can actually practice on our daily basis.
Okay. Just now I mentioned about how does stress can make your state of mind into fight or flight or freeze.
Yes.
So during this fight, flight or freeze, there's like a jolt or like a surge of cortisol level. Increasing while you are experiencing this kind of stress.
Alright.
So what comes with cortisol is also with energy.
Alright.
Because you need to run away from the dog, right?
Okay.
Or you need to fight with the dog. So that kind of surge of energy as well. You have a lot of like imagine like you have a battery, suddenly you change to like 10 batteries.
Alright.
So you have this kind of jolt of energy.
Okay.
So fighting with dogs, you will use that
kind of energy, yes.
So after you come to your previous self, you will live back to the one battery as usual.
Okay.
But for students,
alright,
your kind of stress is not something that you can deal physically.
Yes.
Your struggle on the table.
Yes.
You are stressed in front of computers.
Yes.
So there's not a lot of movement, but the energy is still there.
Alright.
So what happens is the energy will be trapped in your body. So one of the things that you just mentioned just now is go for exercise is one way of releasing that energy.
Okay.
One other thing that we can do is what we call as doing some physical movement. Dancing.
Okay.
Break dance ke, or maybe like pocho-pocho ke, any kind of movement that you can do.
Okay.
To release all that energy back.
Okay, alright.
So that is thing that you can do. As simple as go to YouTube, search any like dance along song. So you do together. You don't need to post publicly. You just need to do by yourself in your room, doing it as a way of dealing with all the energy to release all that suppressed energy that we just mentioned just now.
Yes.
And secondly is what we can do is try to make your state of mind from the fight, flight or freeze into the calming state again.
Okay. So make a normal state.
So fight or flight or freeze is what we call medically the term is sympathetic nervous system.
Sympathetic nervous
system is the part where it's called fight or flight or freeze.
Yes.
The normal state.
Alright.
Not really normal lah. Sympathetic is still normal. What I mean is the calm state when you just relax, chill, kan, tengok Netflix, and you just scroll Facebook. This is what we call as a sympathetic nervous system.
Sympathetic.
Parasympathetic. Parasympathetic nervous system.
For the calm one.
Alright. So in a way to deal with the stress, you need to bring your state of mind from the sympathetic, the fight, flight or freeze, into the calming state.
Alright.
So what you can do is, other than doing the activity just now by producing the hormone that we mentioned just now, you can also do a simple relaxation exercise.
So how is it?
So if you're listening to this, you can do together with me, or you can do together later. But if you're driving, please don't do this right now.
Alright.
Because you need to close your eyes.
Okay, close our eyes. Alright.
Even you still can open your eyes if you want. That's okay as well. But just focus on your breathing.
Okay.
Just focus on the breathing. So turn off any or put away any phone or gadget or any song, music that you've been listening. Just stop for a while.
Okay.
And just focus on the breathing.
I'm going to close my eyes.
Okay. Close your eyes. And
close my eyes, alright.
Okay. And then breathe in through your nose.
Alright.
And then exhale through your mouth. If possible, when you're exhaling, don't exhale like because it will be fast.
Okay.
What we want to make sure is we want to make the inhale and exhale becoming longer.
Okay.
Because when you're stressed,
you short breath,
right?
Yes.
So we want to be opposite of that.
Okay.
We want to have a long breath and also long exhale.
Alright.
So what you can do is inhale with your nose. See, it's longer, right?
Yes.
And then when you exhale, have a mouth like you apa macam whistling, but there's no sound.
Yes. Oh, in a slow pace.
Slow pace, and also your mouth is quite narrow, so the air coming out is taking time to take out.
All right.
So what are the thing that I usually explain to my client? We're gonna do like a birthday cake exercise. Birthday cake exercise.
Oh.
So imagining that you are celebrating your 10 years old of birthday.
Okay.
And you have a cake in front of you.
Okay.
So the cake is a bit far from you.
Okay.
So you want to blow all the candle, but for one breath can only blow one candle.
Okay.
So what you will do is
10 times. Oh, okay.
so that's one candle.
Okay.
So do it repeatedly for 10 times.
Oh, so that is how we can turn from the sympathetic to parasympathetic,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So that is how the two things that we can practice. The first one is doing the physical activities, just like small dance. So usually before this, I used to be the not instructor, like the one who conduct the aero dance. So I used to go to schools, so we have to make an energizer for kids. So I think that's one is might be my self-care. So my activity that I can do to.
And you enjoy while doing
yes,
it, right?
I do enjoy, and my favorite song is Girls in the Mirror.
Okay. So you have that kind of self-care already.
Yeah,
It's just
so-
that the term is not.
Yes. So that is what we discussed just now, right? So we not put it into terms. That is the first one, and the second one we have to move our sympathetic to parasympathetic nervous system, which is we can do a deep breathing. We can close our eyes and focus more on our inhale and exhale. Don't make it short, but make it longer. Alright. So that is for the practical self-care tips, stress management. So right now we want to play games. Just like before this, we play true and false. Right now we want to know about fact and myth. So just same like before, I stated a few statements, and you have to name it either fact or myth, and some elaborations from the expert, right? Okay. The first one, only weak people experience stress.
Myth.
Basically,
Because
everyone.
if you don't feel stress, means that you're not human.
Alright.
You're no longer alive.
Alright. Okay, so that is the first one. Okay, second, talking about your feelings can help improve your mental health. Facts. Alright. So basically, I want to know, there are a few questions that I gathered from my friends also, which is, what is the differences between male and females in handling stress in terms of expressing them out?
Okay, that's a good question. It's hard to be generalized because even us among two men, we have different life, different history, different personality.
Yes.
So my answer, you can take it as a pinch of salt.
Alright.
Don't take it as like, oh, this is the ultimate term, the ultimate rule in handling stress based on the gender.
Alright.
But take it as a pinch of salt.
Oh.
For female, generally,
Okay.
emphasize generally, because if we don't want to be sexist in terms of, but biologically speaking, the way female handle, generally speaking, they tend to be internalized. Internalized means that you are processing it into you, and then you will express to someone else.
Alright.
Sometimes your wife or your female friends, or even among female friends, they will talk about their stress.
Yes.
Because that is the way they process the emotion. But for male, generally speaking, we tend to externalize. So what we do is we bring the stress out from our body, externalize. For example, what we do when we are stressed.
For me, I think I used to don't think about it until it disappear.
Okay. What about any activity that you do?
Okay, I come to my friend's room.
Okay, and what
then
do
play
you do?
games.
Yes, exactly.
Alright.
You do something that is make you like externalize, go away from it. That's why orang kata male or husband or club bapak-bapak punya self care healing ni go for fishing trip, watching football at the mama, because that's how we process the stress. We tend to calm our thoughts by watching something autopilot.
Okay.
Because when you're watching football, you don't need to do anything. You just need to watch, analyze, and talk about it. It's different for people who are talking about emotion. You need to be in touch with your inner feelings.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to recognize what do you feel,
How does it feel?
and how to express it into words.
Yes.
So that is a lot of effort, and even stigmatized for male to have in
Yes.
our current society, right?
Yes.
But it's actually both are true. It's depending on your preference. As
Okay.
long as you're not running away from the stress.
Alright.
Kalau tak nanti every time you stress je, you go to mama. Every time stress je, go to mama.
But we can call it as a short escapism.
Okay, escapism is not supposed to be apa? It's supposed to be what we call apa? Apa istilah dia? I forgot. Entertainment.
Alright. Okay.
You try to entertain yourself
Alright.
from the stress by
Yes.
distracting, doing something that is not related, right?
Okay. Yes.
But
Yes.
when when you go back to your previous state, you becoming calmer, more rationalized.
Yes.
So you go back to the previous situation that make you stress. For example,
Yes.
assignment, right?
Yes.
So you go out with your friend, fun.
And you stress again.
Then you went home, you focus on the work again.
Okay.
Yes, you will still be stressed, but you will be less
little
stressed
bit.
than before.
Alright.
Because you have a bit of break.
Alright.
But escapism is running away and never coming again.
Okay, that is the term that we discussed just now.
Selfish. You're becoming selfish. You're not becoming self-care.
Alright, so
at the
that is
expense of
that.
others.
Alright. Okay, moving on to the next statement. Alright. People with mental health issues can just snap out of it.
Myth.
Okay.
If they can, then why do I need to work?
Yes.
There's no need for me to go for master, do clinical psychology and so on, right?
Yes, alright. So basically, I have a question related to mental health, which is my friend do ask. They have a friend which is also already diagnosed with the mental health issues, and she always shares everything on social media as a coping mechanism, want to let it out. So, but somehow she got hates more than being loved. In your opinion, what will you do if you're facing that kind of situations?
Okay. First of all, it's a strength for the person to talk about your mental health in social media.
Yes. It needs a lot of courage.
It's a lot of courage. You need to talk about yourself. You need to be vulnerable. You need to talk something that you don't talk to others in public. In
Yes.
social media, people can see it. So I recognize it and I validate it's part of their strength.
Yes.
That's also they consider as their coping mechanism, right?
Yes.
However, we understand that this world is cruel. This world is cruel, especially
Yes.
people who are hiding behind anonymity.
Yes.
Fake account apa keyboard warrior behind apa using name as apa sepatu merah and so on, right? So when that kind of person appear, they tends to be like 100% devil 100% apa being negative because they don't have the accountability. So what I would suggest to the person is you can still talk about your mental health. You can express about your issues because that is one of the therapy that we can do. Even my client, one of the thing that my suggestion for certain client who like to do is you can talk about your symptom, about your stories in front of camera.
Okay.
But the camera is just for you.
Right.
Have you watched that movie like apa? You know, even I forgot the name. Avatar. Not the Avatar Aang tu. Avatar
the movie.
Cameron tu. The James Cameron. Avatar the blue one, yes.
Alright.
The blue people go to
Okay.
the planet Pandora.
Yes.
And you notice that one of the way they do is the person doing like a certain diary, a journal in front of camera talking about their today I got to experience in an avatar body. Today I do this. So
Yes.
that when we do that, it's part of the way where we try to we call it untangle the thoughts. Because you have too much things to think, you have too much thing to do every day. So when you talk about in front of camera, you're especially talking to someone, you are untangling all the tangled thoughts into like a good pattern. Because when you need to speak, you need to verbalize.
Yes.
You need to make a story, the timeline,
And put it into words. Yes.
into sentence,
Yes.
and make it rational, easy to understand. So that thing is systematic.
Okay.
So from unsystematic of your mind, overthinking all the
Let
thing,
it out
so you
by-
let it out into something systematic. So that
Alright.
is therapeutic for the person who did that.
Okay.
But we need to also recognize that the world is cruel.
Yes.
So what you can control is how many person or how many people can read or can watch your movies or your
Okay.
videos talking about it.
Alright. We select our audiences.
But you cannot control how they respond to them,
Yes.
how they respond to you.
Yes.
So this is also what I did.
Okay.
I have two Instagram account.
Oh, basically into your account.
I have
Alright.
one Instagram account that
Iman Psychology.
Iman Psychology. That is the public account.
The main one, right?
The main one where I use for advocacy, for any program promotion or anything, for events for sharing, right? But I also have a personal account where it only be followed by my close friend and my family.
Okay.
So sometimes I just need to post about my sons. And I don't need to like hide their face. I can talk about what we do today. Today I'm feeling stressed. I'm struggling.
Oh.
So that is only for my private account.
Alright.
And the public account, the public person or the public community cannot see it. It will be like locked. You cannot see it.
Yes,
so
private.
That is also how I do with. Just like I mentioned, therapeutic, right? But my way of therapeutic, I like to write.
Okay.
Because when I'm writing, I'm organizing all my thoughts into one writing that you can understand.
More systematic.
So I choose who can read my expression, my vulnerabilities.
Alright.
So that's one suggestion for the person.
Okay.
Because we don't want to stop their way of coping, because for them it's therapeutic, right?
Yes.
But we want to stop the negative feedback
Negativity,
on
yes.
the others.
So by that, she can actually select the audiences. Alright, so I think it's a good thing and might be one of my option to do it.
Okay.
Maybe later I will have another account of Instagram to make it more, I think,
personalized.
Yes, personalized. Talks about what we do, how do we feel. We don't have to meet other people's expectations.
Yes, exactly.
On this account. Alright, so for the last statement before we break, we want to know, is it right social media contributes to increased stress and anxiety?
Okay, it depends actually. It's not really a fact. At the same time, it's not a myth. It's depending on the context.
Alright.
In a way, social media have a good way of exposing the awareness to the person.
Alright.
But when it becomes too much, it becoming something make you feel anxiety, increase or risk of mental health, becoming more reduce your socialization with others, especially when you have a really insecure self-image,
Well, yes.
for example, and you have Instagram and you watch others like, okay, today they got to eat very expensive food, fancy hotel, travel, even the image, okay, why he's so fit, so sado, so cantik,
so handsome,
not unlike me, kan?
Yes.
So that kind of comparison tends to bring out all the insecurity inside us.
Yes.
Without us realizing it, it's actually only maybe 10% of their life.
Yes.
But people only show what is good about their
What
life.
is the best things
And
they have?
they show the edited, scripted and frame part of their life, 10%.
Yes.
But we tends to compare with our raw, unedited, original
100%
of ourselves.
Alright.
So it's an unfair comparison, make us our insecurity becoming worse.
Alright. So that's it. 5 statements about fact and myth. I think we have a lot of things to discuss, but I think we have to take a break a little bit. We want to our listener to have a copy. Maybe they want to go to toilet. So by that, we will be continue after this. But before that, listen to Kembalilah by Fatih Salim.
Tersesat jalan di lembah onang berduri, terkurung dalam sangkar dosa dan noda yang menjijikan. Liku yang berdarah ini dihambat resah sendirian. Di manakah cintanya dulu yang setia pada penciptanya yang pernah kau damba? Harus bagaimana terjadinya nanti? Adakah bahagia atau kau terus terhina? Hancur binasa, jiwa melara, hati tersiksa bila cinta pada dunia yang bergelora. Apa akhirnya nanti? Hati gelap binasa, jiwa merana dan terus terleka. Kembalilah pada Tuhanmu yang menciptakan. Dia kasih dan sayang kepada hambanya. Mintalah kepadanya rahmat dan cintanya. Syurga menjadi destinasi abadi.
This week has been insane. Meetings, assignments, and no time for a proper meal. I just want something sweet to cheer me up.
Sweet, you say? Sarah, you have to try Kim Pancakes.
Pancakes? What's so great about them?
Oh, they are the fluffiest pancakes you will ever taste. Soft, light, and packed with amazing flavors like white chocolate, matcha, strawberry milk, and so on. Plus, they are super affordable.
Really? Where can I get them, Zaril?
Just come to Mahala Mariam, trust me. With their reasonable price and heavenly taste, they will brighten your day instantly. Kim Pancake, sweet moments made sweeter.
Roda waktu tak pernah menunggu, pergi terus berlalu. Segala dosa, segala belenggu, sesal menikam jiwaku, hibah terasa. Kebesaranmu lantas ku tada berdoa, Tuhan berikan pedoman, tunjukkan aku arah jalan yang kau redai. Tuhan berikan pedoman, dan bila ku menjauh kembali ke pangkal jalan. Cahaya rahmatmu menyinar bahagia, syukur hatiku rasa. Bergetar tubuh ku sebut kasih yang kita damba. Tuhan berikan pedoman, tunjukkan aku arah jalan yang kau relai. Tuhan berikan pedoman, dan bila ku menjauh kembali ke pangkal jalan. Pedoman, tunjukkan aku arah jalan yang kau redai. Tuhan berikan pedoman, dan bila ku menjauh kembali ke pangkal jalan.
Hi, welcome back to IIUMFM, your campus radio, and with me again, DJ Saril, and we are on the same topic, which is self-care is not cringe, navigating stress like a boss, and with our guest, brother Aiman, psychology. So we have discussed a lot of things about self-care, about stress, and how does self-care itself can help to manage our stress. So on these last sessions, we want to ask Brother Aiman, maybe you can share a little bit or generalize about your client before this in terms of overcome their stress.
Okay. Usually, people who are experiencing stress, they rarely go to the therapy for the stress.
Alright.
But usually, the stress, for example, like a student, right? You are struggling with your assignment, you may be overwhelmed by the burden of work and so on.
Yes.
So when you go to therapy or you go to the counseling session, you start with it.
Alright.
You start explaining that, okay, you are struggling with that.
Yes.
But usually, it only on the surface level.
Okay.
But when we explore further, it's actually something deeper into your history.
Alright.
For example, I give example.
Okay.
Let's say you are stressed by your assignment. You're
Okay.
struggling and you're feeling like start to no longer get out from your room.
Okay.
You have this like lack of eating appetite, or
Okay.
maybe your sleep becoming worse.
Okay.
It becoming hard to sustain your sleep.
Yes.
Or maybe you're not sleeping at all. Or maybe you
Yes.
overslept. Insomnia or hypersomnia.
I think all of those things might happen for me. I think all those things.
Okay.
Alright.
So what happen is when you are dealing with it, you go to the therapy for that issue.
Okay.
Because you want, okay, I want to be sleep better. I want to have better eating appetite.
Yes.
And so you can do your work and so on.
Yes.
But when we go further into the therapy,
yes,
we start to explore like, okay, this is something that you have been experiencing a long time. The pattern might be going back to your childhood, for example.
Okay, the roots of it.
Maybe you just realize that you start eating appetite, sleeping
Okay.
problem and so on because of the stress now.
Yes.
But when we explore further, even the client itself start to realize, lah, this is also how I deal, or this is also I behave whenever I feel stress.
Okay.
Even during the school childhood memories. So we start to explore further into your history. We start to realize that, oh, actually you have a history or something, you're experiencing this.
Yes.
Or maybe there's like one event that change everything. For example, there was a time when you're putting so much work into your academic.
Yes.
You tend to like high performance,
High achiever
high
person,
achiever.
yes.
You want to get everything A. You
Yes.
need to be active co-curriculum.
Yes.
But the response from the parents might not be how you expect them to be.
Yeah.
Why just 96? What's the rest of the 4%?
Yes.
So that kind of we call it as a crush, like glass crushed to the stone.
Okay,
we really
yes.
have this kind of verbs. We have this idiom, right? Like
Yes.
kaca pecah ke batu, right?
Yes.
So when like the glass falls into onto the rock and shattered into pieces.
Yes.
So all the hard work that you have done, because you want the expectation, you want they feel proud.
Yes.
You want them to feel, oh, that's a good job.
Yes.
You want them to validate, oh, I know you've been doing so much work, you've been studying a lot, this is the result that you get. I'm so proud of you as my son, as my daughter.
Yes.
You want to have that, even though you don't realize it.
Yes.
Every child want that.
Yes. The validation.
The
from our
validation,
parents. Yes.
All the hard work, not
Yes.
just the outcome, but also the effort.
Yes.
So maybe this is a maybe,
Alright.
I'm not talking about you. This is a maybe.
Just like personal session right now.
Maybe
Alright.
that thing happened once when you're like primary school ke secondary school.
Yes.
At certain moment lah happen. So it shape you who you are now. So when we go back to the present moment, we start to say like, okay, this client start to be like high anxiety, try to be high performer, try to like have everything managed well, try to be active here and there,
Yes.
want to be exam all
Try
fall
to
flat.
prove something.
Try to prove something.
Yes.
But it will never be enough for the person. Even though 3.7 for example, 3.7 CGPA, still
First
feel
class.
first class, but still feel not enough.
Okay.
Because the enough is not from the outside.
From
The enough is not from the performance, the result, but from the inside.
Okay.
Because you have this void of feeling inside you. You don't realize it.
Yes.
But because in the therapy you start to realize, oh, I have this.
Alright.
So this kind of void can only be filled by the previous childhood that you didn't get, which is the
Okay.
validation from the parents.
So basically a result from the childhood.
So they try to prove themselves, try to prove, okay, I try to be better. My parents say this, okay, tak apalah. You feel sad and you feel regret because they did not appreciate it. But it shaped you becoming adult who try to be high achiever. That's why you're stressed on something that for other person might be say, okay, you already like fall flat, kenapa kau still stress?
Yes.
But no, I need to go fall flat also next semester.
Alright.
So when something that kind of high performance, high level of
Yes.
thinking, high level of energy that you need to put into everything because you need to prove that you're not the person that you're used to
Be.
back in the childhood.
Yes.
So this kind of void cannot be filled. Even you get 5 flat pun, you will not
Not
feel
enough.
Not enough for you.
Alright.
Because the root cause is not from the external part,
But
but from the inside.
Alright.
So this is one of the example. The reason I am mentioning this, the reason I am explaining this is try to help you see that you go to the therapy because of the stress
yes.
from the study, for example, right?
Yes.
But throughout the exploration of your history, you start to realize something about you. You start to recognize your childhood memories and so on. So that becoming the root cause and also the treatment for that.
Alright.
So when you meet a psychologist, usually we don't treat for the stress about the exam now. Because that is what perceived as the outcome.
That is alright.
The symptom.
Alright.
So we want to go back
The
to the root cause of the issue.
Alright.
So when you settle that, inshallah the rest will follow.
Inshallah. So I think that is the most scenario, the most related scenario with all the students.
Most
I think.
student nowadays.
Most student nowadays.
Because we are bring up by almost the same generation of parents.
Yes. Same types of parenting skill.
Yes.
So I think that will be more beneficial to our listener. And actually we have come to the end of our sessions today about our topic, which is if self-care is not cringe, navigating stress like a boss. I think we discussed a lot of things, new insights, new information got from the expertise itself. So I think I want to thank to our guest, Brother Aiman, for being here, share your thoughts, your experiences in dealing with the client of stress and so on. So before we end our today's session, you want to know the last word that you might convey to our students or any reminder for them in our last hectic week for this semester and becoming a good person, a good student in their life.
Okay. If you're listening to this and currently you are struggling with your stress, with your mental issues or any kind of emotional struggling that you have been struggle for the past few days or few weeks or few months, just remember this. Talking about our mental health, expressing about our emotion,
Yes.
discussing about our thoughts, this is not a sign of weakness.
Alright.
This is a not sign of dia ni lembik lah, hati tisu koyak, everything kan, cepat koyak, jiwa rapuh, and apa generation strawberry.
Yes.
Apa generation sandwich sunat laser and sebagainya kan.
Yes.
It is not a sign of weakness. Try to talk about this. In fact, it's a sign of strength.
Okay.
If you still feel a sign of weakness, try to ask the person who label you as a weak talking about this. Okay, then challenge them to talk about the emotion.
Okay.
Trust me, they will not talk about the emotion.
Okay.
In fact, they will deny.
Okay,
They
all the
aku
emotions.
okay je. I'm okay. Aku dulu kena juga. I used to feel this way and so on.
Aku lagi lah.
And membesar jadi orang and so on kan. But
Alright.
try to see it as a sign of weakness, as a sign of strength. And I also like to emphasize that this is my perception lah. I'm not saying there is a scientific evidence on it, but this is my perception based on my work of advocacy and also treating patient in the session, right?
Yes.
I can see it. Our generation,
Yes.
Gen Z and late Gen Y like me, and also Gen Z nowadays, even Gen Alpha pun oncoming to becoming an adult.
Yes.
We are the generation, like a selected generation. Kita adalah generasi terpilih.
Alright.
Why? Because we are the result of the intergenerational trauma that has been going on for so long.
Okay.
But we are the generation that have been exposed to the mental health, to the emotion, to the self-care, and to
Yes.
the all the term that we just introduced to this era.
Yes.
So we are generation was exposed to it. At the same time, we are the victim of the hereditary or intergenerational trauma that we get from our parent and from their parent and from their parents. So what I mean by why we are the selected generation, because we have a role to break the pattern.
Okay.
So what we can do so that our children will not experience the same thing. They will grow up not knowing the pain that we have been endured, or our parents have been endured, our grandparents even before that. So we are the generation that have the responsibility and also need to have the accountability to break this pattern. So this is also one of my inspiration by what I have been doing today, because I want to be the generation that all the pain that we have
Endured
been
before.
for our generation,
Yes.
I don't want that to be
Repeated again.
pass over to my sons.
Okay.
My sons to now.
Alright.
So this my hard work for my side, and also my generation out there. A lot of my friends who are like the same generation,
Yes.
like small kids nowadays,
Yes.
and they also have like 3 kids. Even my friend just got their third son last week, and
Alright.
so we are generation that what we can do to avoid
Those kind of things
those kind
happening.
of thing happening to our sons. So because I believe all the previous generation, what they did, they love us.
Yes.
Maybe they just don't have the exposure,
Yes.
the knowledge, the thinking of
The
the
exposure
parenting, what
itself.
they can do to avoid these kind of things.
Alright. Okay. So basically, there is for our listener, you have to talk about your emotions. It's not a sign of weakness, but it is signs of strength. So by that, I want to thank once again to Brother Aiman for being here with us, share about your thoughts, your expertise on this kind of topic, which is self-care. It's not cringe. Navigating stress like a boss. So by that, I want to thank to all the listeners who have tuned in from 11:30 until now. Thank you. I hope you guys get lots of information that you can use in order to have a better life, a better quality of life during this hectic week, and inshallah during your life as a whole. Inshallah. By that, see you soon. I'm DJ Sharil. See you soon in another inshallah in IIUMFM, your campus radio.
Best diet tips. Drink plenty of water or other calorie-free beverages. People sometimes confuse thirst with hunger, so you can end up eating extra calorie when an ice cold glass of water is really what you need. If you don't like plain water, try adding citrus or a splash of juice like mango or peach, which have lots of flavor but no calories. Think about what you can add to your diet. not what you should take away. Start by focusing on getting the recommended 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables each day. Work vegetables into meals instead of just serving them as sides on a plate.
Consider whether you are really hungry.
Whenever you feel like eating, look for physical signs of hunger. When you are done eating, you should feel better. Keeping your portion reasonable will help you get more in touch with your feelings of hunger and fullness.
Be choosy about nighttime snacks.
Mindless eating occurs most frequently after dinner, when you have finally sit down and relax. Either close down the kitchen after a certain hour or allow yourself a low-calorie snack like a 100-calorie pack of cookies or a half-cup scoop of low-fat ice cream. Once you can find that you are usually satisfied with the low-calorie snack, try a cup of zero-calorie tea. This message is brought to you by IIUM.FM, your campus radio.
Sebenarnya